Well, welcome back to my shed. So what we found with this is the head bolts weren't as tight. They weren't at 65 pounds-feet. So what we had to do is drop the exhaust manifold off, take the rockers off, and then torque them all down, and then we're just rebuilding it. I've found out some more about the carburetor, and you've got the 4 idle mixture screws, and also there's an air bleed idle mixture screw down there. You'd never find it if you didn't, if we didn't have the internet, you didn't have the manual, you'd never find that. So these are just basic settings, and then when we get to that point, we'll video that and I'll show you what I mean. But yeah, we're getting there. As you can see, we pulled the engine out. So what we've done is we took these rockers off and retorqued the head, and it needed torquing down. And then we rebuilt it, put it back, started it up and everything else, and it was fine for ages, and then it started leaking again. So we pulled it out. We have to, I don't know if you can see that, these pulleys are out of line, so we're going to have to modify the mounting to but we need to identify the camshaft while we're at it and go from there. So but they're not bad engine to strip. We'll whack the heads off. We've got to take the sump off, but first thing what we're going to do is we're going to do a compression test while it's out. Let's go from there. There we go, got the engine in bits now. As you can see, the pistons ain't got much on them, so I don't think the engine's done a lot of work, which is what Dave was told. So looks fine. What we did find is on here is all oil, and on this end, I don't know if you can see, let me stand out of the light, the oil underneath it, so it definitely wasn't sealed down properly. And we did find the gasket wasn't sealed properly, because I don't know if you can see that one. That one has got some oil in it, and that one. Right, the inlet on, what's this? This is 7. No. Yeah, 7 and 8. No. It's the inlet on number 1 and number 2. It's got manual lifters in it. Got to strip the front off so we can see what camshaft it's got in it, but yeah, it's not too bad, to be honest. So onwards and upwards. Well, there we go, it's covered up now, but the heads are off, sump's off. We've cleaned it all up. We've covered it up to stop the dust while he orders the parts. Inlet manifold, I mean, look at that. Look, it's properly sealed there, and then it's like a flattened snake. Heads are here, the size of them valves, huge. So yeah, we're going to pop the valves out and just lap them back in, have a look, make sure everything's okay. But I think so. I don't think the pistons look like they've done hardly any work. So we want to do it this properly this time, once and for all, and it's done. But yeah, so we're getting there. Just we've got to order some parts, some gaskets and that, and then we'll whack it all back together and whack it back in. So be lucky and ride safe, or in this case, drive safe.